Crane is not the best person to greet a terrified and potentially unwell stranger, but better him than Levi. Levi talks about putting down defectors the same way hunters brag about bagging deer. He drinks too much. He'd been dishonorably discharged and only ever mentioned it to bitch about getting caught. What he did, Crane refuses to ask. But when he comes home with blood on his shirt, it's hard not to mull over the possibilities. In comparison, then, Crane is the safer option. The boyish half-androgyny of 20 months testosterone therapy. Sparse facial hair, yesterday's eyeliner, almost but not quite flat-chested, and a little too feminine around the mouth, places him squarely in the territory of not a threat, probably. It's just the dull stare and unblinking silence that throws people off, and, well, this person will have to deal with it. The girl is halfway across the parking lot when Crane steps out to meet her. She's barefoot and glassy-eyed, one tank top strap slipping off her dirty shoulder. Hasn't showered in a while, given the state of her hair. The shitty fluorescent lights make it difficult to tell bruises from shadows. She's limping, too. Feet are bleeding. She walked here, then. From where? The closest town is a few miles up the mountain, but if she was from Washville, he would have recognized her. She sees him and stops. He waits a moment to see if she starts talking. She doesn't. Down the gravel driveway, on the easternmost stretch of West Virginia's Corridor H, a truck grumbles past, headed toward the state line. To one side of them, there's Old Forest. 1 minute's walk to the other, the condemned livestock exchange. Nobody else for a good long while. Crane's stomach hurt. He'd been in her place once, 3 years ago. Creeping too close to his 18th birthday, drunk for the first and only time in his life in the high school parking lot, striking matches and letting them burn out. He'd accepted a spot at a top state school earlier that year, majoring in political communication, and graduated salutatorian that morning. The packing list for his dorm was taped to the fridge, and while his classmates kicked off the rest of their lives at the school-sponsored YMCA grad party, there he was, in the dark, alone, trying to figure out the logistics of self-immolation. All his childhood prayers had fallen through. There'd never been a car accident or building fire to do the hard part for him. Time was up. Childhood was over. The real world was knocking on the door, and he was tired. He was too scared to die, but he needed it to stop. And it was then or never. But even after years of fantasizing and hoping and begging God, he still didn't have the guts to do it. That's when the swarm found him. Because that's what happens. It finds you. By the time it makes you an offer, it already knows you won't say no, and then you end up in front of a strange building, hours from home in the middle of the night, with blood in the back of your throat and burns on your fingertips. Same story every time, it seems. Crane takes one cautious step forward, then another. The girl in the parking lot wavers, looking warily over her shoulder like she's thinking of running. Nope. She made her choice. Running won't do her any good.